Hello, ladies. I just completed my quick weave. Now I'm ready to start my cutting. I used Milky Way hair, 10 inch and 8 inch. The 10 inch is more so at the front, the 8 inches at the back. As shown in my video before, I like to start my asymmetrical bob by sectioning off what I will leave longer at the front by putting the hair into a ponytail. This is pretty much creating a guideline for the shaping of my bob, which makes it easier for me. Now, you want to make sure your ponytail is in the middle of your head, as low as possible, just depending on how short or how long you want your bob. I like to make mine not too short and not too long, just so I can put it so I just put it at the end of my hairline for my own comfort. You can make a longer bob by pulling the rubber band down some. Now the clippers I use are the Conair clippers. I purchased them at Walmart. The setting I use on the clippers is the highest number, being that it makes the blade closer to the guard. I want the cut to be as clean as possible, and it just helps to get the hair off without having to go over it so many times. Now, I was asked before by a viewer why I didn't start the cutting at the top of the rubber band versus cutting under the rubber band. Well, for me, it just makes a big difference, being that if you cut at the top, you make the ponytail shifts and the hair starts to move around, causing you to cut too much, or you can cut too less. And I prefer having more control over what I'm doing. This also makes it easier for you to cut it yourself, as well as cutting it on others. Now, everyone has their own way of cutting, and I just choose to do what's easier for me and still creating a beautiful cut. Now, after using my clippers, you're going to see me go from shears to razor, and vice versa, going razor to shears. I like to use the razor to cut the layers. It gives it a more natural look, and it also thins out the bulkiness in the bottom of the bob. It just creates a little volume in my bob also. Now you want to make sure that the blade is sharp. This is good for cutting your natural hair with a razor, and it also gives your weave a more natural look. Is razor cutting good or bad for your hair's health? I'm glad you asked. Any cutting is good for your hair's health, but using a razor does thin your ends out. So when heat styling or chemical treatments start to get to it, your already thin ends will split faster than they would if it would have been a blunt cut. But a razor isn't damaging, especially a very sharp razor. Now, a dull razor can be damaging. Um, Razor is a great way to add texture to your hair. It can also make styling so much more easier depending on what type of cut you actually have. It can also make your hair hold a curl better and blow drying a lot easier. And again, this is for natural hair when you're using the razor. It's a great technique from my past experiences. When I use my shears on my cut, as you can see, I'm getting ready to pick up my shears in just a moment, but you do want to make sure you go all the way around using the razor just so it'll look evenly, cut all the way around. Now, like I said, when I use my shears, I use them just to define my layers a little more, but in a slithering method so that it won't be too defined of a look, being that it still will have the razor effect. And you want to use it in the same method as you're using your razor, just going, in a downward motion. And when I use my shears, I just call it like a slithering motion, a slithering technique. I'm sorry. But like I said, razor cuts are good for people who get their hair cut often or who have short hair. Now, if you're the I get my hair cut 3 times a year type of person, I say skip the razor cut unless your stylist is using it on your bang area. But some of my short hair clients who I've used the razor on say that they go much longer between cuts because it grows out so nicely. And it also, it's also very much a matter of preference. And in flat ironing, as you can see, I use no oils. Now, some people like to use a heat protectant or a hairspray with silicone in it to hold the curl. As you can see, I don't curl or bump it too tight, only because I want you to see the true shaping of my bob and a better look at the cut. Um, it helps when you're, curling the back to curl it just a little bit tighter than you're actually doing the front, only because that back can, flatten out a little quicker than it does around, the front of your hair. So I just curl it a little tighter at the back bend. That's, for me, it's what messes up fast. Um, and not so much of a tight curl, but pretty much more of a bump. And and ladies, to a lot of people ask me, how do you keep your hair curled so good? How do you keep it bumped? And ladies, honestly, I wrap after I have my hair up, I'll go ahead and wrap it just to keep the style together. And once you wrap it, you don't have to curl it so much every day. But I do want to let you know that I'm glad you took the time to look at my video. I hope it was so much help for you. I will be, soon posting more videos of different styles. Let me know what you want to see from me. I do all types of styling. Thanks so much for liking. I would like to let you know that if you have any questions, you can contact me by leaving a comment below, or you can email me at stylesby.jessica@yahoo.com. Also, check out my website, www.stylesbygess.wix.com/stylesbygess. That's styles with a Z. And check out some of my other styles. If you are in the Dallas area, give me a call or contact me via email. Thanks again for watching. If you would like to follow what I'm doing, subscribe, and thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed your bob. Send me photos and let me know how your first bob turned out by using this technique. Bye. Have a great day.